Hello, nerds! Thank you for joining me here on Nerd News Clips. This is the second channel. This is the place for all of the short-form content as well as the individual sections and just generally speaking smaller things. If you are into the longer form content, youtube.com/generallynerdy is the place to go see that. With that out of the way, let's get into this. All right, so music news starts us off, and in music news we have quite a few things going on. We have a bunch of tours and festivals to talk about. We have some new music announcement, new album recording announcement from Corey Taylor, as well as a whole slew of new music to talk about. So we're gonna start things off with some new music from Metallica. We have a new song off of the 72 Seasons. This song is called Screaming Suicide. 72 Seasons, the next record, set for April 14th release. This new song, not quite as strong as Lux Eterna. Lux Eterna, I think, is one of the more invigorating songs we've heard from Metallica in recent years. Screaming Suicide, better still than anything off of that previous record, but I don't know if I would put it quite as high as Lux Eterna, though still a pretty dang good listen. So definitely a recommend, not even for a metalhead, just for somebody who enjoys fun, well put together music. Our next piece of new music comes from Baby Metal. This is a band we've talked about a number of times here on the channel. The name of the song is Metal Kingdom. They have a new album coming out called The Other One, set to release March 24th of this year. And honestly, this is not a terrible song. I have really not liked anything Baby Metal has put out up until this point. This one's listenable. Maybe I was waiting for them to not be babies in order to actually be able to stomach the music. I don't know. It just something. This is. I can see this getting played on active rock radio, no problem. Though still very homogenized and still very middle of the road, so very safe and not super interesting. Then we're talking about Fall Out Boy. That's right, Fall Out Boy has put out some new music. The name of this song is Love from the Other Side. The new album, So Much for Stardust, is set to release on March 24th, much like the Baby Metal record. And this is Fall Out Boy. This is... If you like Fall Out Boy, you're gonna like this. If you don't like Fall Out Boy, this will not change your mind. It's finely produced. There's nothing wrong from the production side. I just really don't like the performance that Fall Out Boy gives really ever. So if you don't already like Fall Out Boy, probably steer clear of this one. Next, we're talking about the new Suicide Silence track. Suicide Silence has blessed us with Altar of Self is the name of the track from their next album, Remember You Must Die, which is coming out March 10th. The video for this is crazy, so definitely check that out if you feel like questioning reality. But the song in general, pretty standard deathcore stuff, kind of where Suicide Silence thrives. This is nothing new. Again, this is another similar in the vein of Fall Out Boy, in that if you are not already a fan of Suicide Silence, I don't know that this is going to be the song that converts you, unless you really like disturbing music videos, in which case this is your track, man. Then we have the next one from In Flames. The name of this song is Meteor Maker from their next album, Foregone, which is coming out next month, February 10th. This is solid In Flames. I feel like the run of In Flames music that we've been getting recently, the last single, this single, the last record, if you don't know who In Flames are, you definitely can jump on now and really get some of their best quality stuff. I think this is something that if you like heavy music, you never really listened to In Flames, this will convert you. This is solid Swedish melodic death, I think is how they're technically described, but either way, solid music. Then let's talk about the new Orgy track. The name of this track is called Empty. This comes from a new record that lead vocalist Jay Gordon has teased very recently in interviews, though we don't know the name of the new record. We don't know when the new record's going to come out. We do know, though, that he's planning on taking the Orgy sound that we already know and switching it up a bit. Also, according to Jay, this song has a very slight taste of that new direction. I don't really see that unless they're just going to lean really heavy onto the synths, because this is a little more synth heavy than previous Orgy music. Though this is gonna be one of those tracks that you can just put on and dance to. Gonna get lost in the crowd a little bit because it does feel pretty mediocre, but still a lot of fun for the gothy techno dance inside you that must come out. Then, Unearth just put out a new song. The name of this new song is The Wretched and the Ruinous. It has been a minute since we got new Unearth, and this is kind of what you would expect out of Unearth. God, it's a little disappointing though, because usually one of the things I really like about Unearth and their production is that the vocals, being some of the more harsh in the metalcore genre, are still pretty clear. In this recording, that's not the case. These vocals, when they get a little bit more guttural, get pretty muddy and you kind of lose some of that clarity. So not the greatest production value, but always good to hear from the guys in Unearth. Then we have some YouTuber music stuff to talk about. This isn't technically a new song in the strictest sense. It's about 6 months old. Anthony Vincent is the name of the artist, formerly 10-second songs here on YouTube. Now he just goes by his name here on YouTube. This is Running Up That Hill in the style of Killswitch Engage, which is what Anthony is known to do. He is known to take a song and do it in a style of somebody else, or in multiple styles of somebody else in the same track. So this definitely sounds like the Killswitch Engage version, though Anthony's voice, while it does have some of the hallmarks of Howard Jones, not quite as powerful as Howard, and I'm sure he would also be the first to admit this, but still, solid. I had to share it because it's awesome, even though it's a little old. Check this one out, absolutely. And then, the final piece of new music for the first episode back is August Burns Red. Just as I was doing research this evening for this episode, just dropped a new song. It is called Backfire, again off of their new record Death Below, coming out March 24th. There's a going theme with that date for this episode. This is definitely, I don't know how this band has been this great for so long. I was not an August Burns Red fan for a long time, and then I saw them live and everything changed, and now I cannot get enough. This is just continuing that run of awesomeness. These guys are crushingly heavy and have a really awesome lyrical message on top of it, so how can you not want more of that? So that is all of our new music. Now we have some tours and festivals and things to discuss, and this is again, we have a lot of ground to cover because it's been a minute since we did a proper episode. So first and foremost, we have Rockfest 2023 has been announced. The dates are July 13th, 14th, and 15th. The headliners of each of those days are as follows: Pantera, Slipknot, and Godsmack. But each night, just a gigantic bill. If you can only get tickets to one day, man, you've got a little bit of an issue to figure out which one of those days you want to go to, because just other bands on this list, you have Gwar, Wage War, Everclear, Jinjer. I think I saw Lorna Shore on there somewhere. This also, I believe, is very noteworthy because I'm pretty sure that I could be wrong, but this very possibly is the first time that Mushroomhead and Slipknot will be sharing a stage. Technically speaking, I know, because Mushroomhead goes on like earlier in the afternoon and Slipknot is the headliner, but it's the same stage, the same day, so they're sharing a stage. I feel like that's kind of noteworthy in the new metal, the masked metal, whatever the hell kind of metal you want to say these guys both fall into. That's noteworthy, man. That's a lot of time. That's a long ways coming. So yeah, Rockfest. I did, for whatever reason, did not write down exactly where Rockfest is. I apologize, that was a really dumb oversight on my part, but I did include a link if you want to get tickets or you want to see where the hell it is. I know it's in the States, I just can't remember where. I apologize, I'm stupid. I take amazing notes. Let's move on. Next, we're talking about Pantera. Pantera are going on tour with Lamb of God. I just bought my tickets for this because pre-sale just started earlier today, lasted about 12 hours today, and then we'll start again on Friday. So tomorrow, as you're watching this, and yesterday was when pre-sale was, as you're watching and I'm recording. So yeah, Pantera, Lamb of God, there are some dates in there where it's Pantera and Metallica, though I think that's a different tour, technically speaking. I don't know exactly the details. I just know it's going to be awesome, and you need to go get your tickets. Link down in the description if you need it. Again, the day this video is going up, I don't believe the pre-sale will be active. However, the Friday, or Thursday rather, that is when the active sale will be going, so you can go get your ticket. They're expensive. I'm just warning you now, it is through Ticketmaster, so expect to pay a little bit in fees, and if you want to be, you know, on the floor where the action is, expect to pay a lot to get there. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, that's Pantera. Next, we have the Black Dahlia Murder has announced their first tour since the passing of their vocalist Trevor Sternad. This tour is going to include support from Terror, yes, Frozen Soul, Fuming Mouth, Phobophilic, and that's it. Starting April 14th at the Decibel Metal and Beer Festival in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, runs through May 26th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Not part of a festival that day, but still going to be awesome. Go get your tickets now. There has been some issue with tickets for this as well, so be patient and try and, you know, sort that out as best you can by following the link down in the description. So that's that. Next is another show I already have my tickets for, and that is Gojira and Mastodon have announced that they're going out together with the support from Lorna Shore on this one as well. Yes, please. This is going to be freaking awesome. So it starts April 18th in Portland, Oregon, runs through September 2nd in Denver, Colorado. Once again, a link down in the description if you want to find yourself a set of tickets for that show. And then our final show, or our final tour rather, for this section is Clutch. Clutch are going out with support from Nate Bergman and Amigo the Devil, which is a weird, I like Amigo the Devil just fine, but opening for Clutch, that's an interesting show, not gonna lie. April 11th in Norfolk, Virginia through May 18th in Sayreville, New Jersey, and everywhere in between. Once again, link in the description so you can go get your tickets to see one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. That would be Clutch. All right, so we do have some regular old news for the music section today, and that is Corey Taylor is back in the news for solo project reasons, and not one that really anybody asked for, I don't think. Corey Taylor is recording a second solo record and has been in there, just started studio work for said record, so we will very likely see it released this year. To quote Mr. Taylor, he said to, I believe it was to Blabbermouth, though very possibly was to like Sirius XM or something. Nobody's ready for what they're about to hear, unquote. Yeah, because none of us asked you for it, Corey. I love you. I love Slipknot. I love Stone Sour, but the solo stuff was really not great. It was like one good track on that whole record, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe he sold 1 billion copies. I don't know. I don't have those numbers in front of me. But that is our regular old news portion of the news of the music section. So let's talk music suggestion. Music suggestion this week is, once again, that Anthony Vincent cover of Running Up That Hill in the style of Killswitch Engage. Like, dude can emulate a lot of different voices very, very well. He doesn't quite have the same bottom end that Howard does with his voice, though if he had tried to do more of a Jesse Leach impersonation, he probably would have been much more spot on. As it stands, though, still fantastic. I played this for somebody over the course of the last week, and they said, if you blindfolded me and told me this was Killswitch, I would probably believe you. That's how close Homeboy is. So definitely go check out that Anthony Vincent video. The song is up on Spotify as well. You can go get that there. Just follow the link down in the description. You'll find all the stuff. It's awesome. Check it out. Once again, this has been just a brief segment from the larger episode that has been posted over on the main channel, youtube.com/generallynerdy. Go over there for the long form content, or just subscribe here if you want it in bite-sized chunks. Thank you very much for joining me, nerds. We'll see you in the next one. Before we go though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.